Liverpool are once again at the centre of one of the most fascinating transfer stories of the summer. As the new season approaches, the Reds are not simply looking for another player to add to the squad, they are looking at the future, at the present, and at the possibility of creating an attack capable of competing for every major trophy. And now, two Senegalese attackers have suddenly become part of that conversation. One is an 18-year-old Paris Saint-Germain winger whose name is Ibrahim Mbaye. The other is Everton's established attacking star Ndiaye. Two players, two very different profiles, two completely different transfer situations, but one destination being discussed: Anfield. And if Liverpool could somehow bring both players to Merseyside, it would represent one of the most fascinating attacking transformations of the summer. However, before Liverpool supporters start celebrating, there is a very important warning. Neither transfer is completed. Neither player has officially become a Liverpool player. These are transfer negotiations, reports, interest and possibilities. But what is happening behind the scenes is becoming increasingly interesting. The big question: what is Liverpool trying to build? Liverpool's attacking department is entering a new era. For years, the identity of the Reds' attack was built around extraordinary individual quality, speed, movement, creativity, and goals. Mohamed Salah became the symbol of that era. But football does not stop. Players age, squads evolve, managers change, transfer strategies change, and Liverpool must always think one step ahead. That is why the names of Ibrahim Mbaye and Ndiaye are so interesting. They represent two different solutions to the same problem. Mbaye represents youth, potential and long-term development. Ndiaye represents experience, Premier League knowledge, versatility and immediate impact. Liverpool could therefore be looking at two players who could help in completely different ways. And this is where the story becomes much bigger than simply asking, will Liverpool sign them? The real question is, what would Liverpool look like if they actually did? Ibrahim Mbaye, the young star from Paris. Ibrahim Mbaye is only 18 years old, yet his name is already circulating among some of Europe's biggest clubs. He is associated with Paris Saint-Germain, one of the most powerful clubs in European football, and his situation has become increasingly complicated because PSG possess an enormous amount of attacking talent. That is one of the reasons his future is attracting attention. Mbaye has talent, he has speed, he has the ability to attack defenders, he can operate from wide areas, he has the directness that modern attacking football demands. But at PSG, being talented is not always enough. When a club has a squad filled with elite attackers, a young player can find himself fighting for minutes every week. And for a teenager trying to establish himself at the highest level, regular football is incredibly important. This is where Liverpool can become attractive. Anfield offers something PSG may struggle to guarantee: a different pathway to first-team football. Liverpool preparing an offer for Mbaye. The latest reports have made this story even more serious. According to reporting attributed to L'Equipe journalist Loic Tanzi, Liverpool are expected to prepare and send an opening offer to Paris Saint-Germain for Ibrahim Mbaye in the coming days. That is a major development. There is a huge difference between a club simply monitoring a player and a club preparing an official proposal. Monitoring means we like the player. An offer means we want to know whether we can actually get him. Reports have also suggested PSG could value Mbaye at around €50 million. That is an enormous amount of money for an 18-year-old, but Liverpool are not looking at Mbaye simply as an 18-year-old. They are looking at what he could become, and that distinction is extremely important. Liverpool would not be paying €50 million only for what Mbaye is today. They would potentially be paying for what he could become over the next 5, 6 or 7 years. Why would PSG consider selling him? This is perhaps the most fascinating part of the entire story. Why would PSG allow a talented teenager to leave? The answer is competition. PSG have an extraordinary collection of attacking options, and when a young attacker is surrounded by established stars, opportunities can become difficult to find. Reports have described Mbaye as one of the players who could seek more regular first-team football away from Paris. That does not necessarily mean PSG believe he is not good enough. It can mean the opposite. Sometimes a club sells a young player because it understands that the player needs an environment where he can play regularly and develop. There are also reports suggesting that several European clubs are interested in Mbaye. Liverpool are not alone. Manchester United have also made contact regarding the player, while other European clubs have been monitoring his situation. That means Liverpool cannot simply sit and wait. If they truly believe Mbaye is the next major attacking talent, they need to move decisively. What makes Mbaye so interesting? The first thing is his age. At 18, there is enormous room for development. The second is his attacking profile. Mbaye is not the kind of player who wants to receive the ball and simply pass backwards. He wants to attack. He wants to move forward. He wants to take defenders on. He can operate from wide positions and possesses the acceleration needed to create separation. And perhaps most importantly, there is an element of unpredictability in his game. Young attackers can sometimes bring something that experienced defenders hate: fearlessness. They try things, they attack spaces, they take risks. They do not always follow the script. That can make them dangerous. Of course, there is another side. Mbaye is still only 18. He is not a finished product. There will be mistakes. There will be inconsistent performances. There will be moments when he loses possession. There will be games when his decision-making needs improvement. That is normal. Liverpool would therefore have to be patient. If they sign him, the expectation cannot be that he immediately replaces one of the greatest attackers of the modern era. The expectation should be development. And then there is Iliman Ndiaye. While Ibrahim Mbaye represents the future, Iliman Ndiaye represents something different. He already knows English football. He already understands the intensity of the Premier League. He has already experienced the physical demands. He has already played under enormous pressure. And he's already shown that he can produce moments of quality at the highest level. That makes his potential move to Liverpool completely different from Mbaye. Ndiaye is not simply a project. He will be a player Liverpool could potentially expect to contribute the Everton problem, but there is one massive obstacle: Everton. And not just any Everton. This is a transfer that would potentially involve one of Liverpool's biggest rivals. The idea of Liverpool taking one of Everton's most important attacking players would be explosive. For Everton supporters, it would be painful. For Liverpool supporters, it would be fascinating. For the media, it would be enormous. This is the kind of transfer that could dominate Merseyside football conversation for weeks. Reports have indicated that Liverpool have genuine interest in Ndiaye, and that talks have taken place with people around the player. But Everton are under no obligation to sell cheaply. In fact, reports have suggested that Everton could demand a figure around £75 million, while other reports have put their valuation as high as £100 million. Those numbers immediately explain why this transfer is complicated. Liverpool may like Ndiaye. Liverpool may have spoken to his camp. Liverpool may believe he could improve their attack. But that does not mean they are prepared to pay whatever Everton demand. Why would Liverpool want Ndiaye? Because he can do more than one thing. Modern football demands versatility. A player who can occupy different attacking positions gives a manager more tactical options. Ndiaye can play across attacking areas and is capable of carrying the ball, creating chances and contributing goals. He also possesses something Liverpool may value enormously: Premier League experience. There is no guarantee that a young player from another league will immediately adapt to England. The Premier League is physically demanding. The schedule is brutal. The intensity is relentless. The pressure is enormous, and Ndiaye has already experienced that environment. That reduces some of the risk. The Senegal connection. Now imagine something even more interesting. Ibrahim Mbaye and Iliman Ndiaye are both Senegalese attackers. Liverpool have historically had a strong relationship with African football. The club has enjoyed enormous success with African stars, and the connection between Liverpool and Senegalese football has become particularly strong in recent years. Senegalese football is often associated with athleticism, determination, speed, technical quality, and mental strength. Imagine having both Mbaye and Ndiaye inside the same team. One could represent the next generation, the other could help lead it. That would create an interesting combination. Ndiaye could provide experience, Mbaye could provide raw energy. Ndiaye could help Mbaye adapt. Mbaye could bring youthful unpredictability. And together they could potentially be part of a new attacking identity at Anfield. But would Liverpool